Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. All right.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out. Please.
All right. Hold up.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. You are right. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. What's up? Good morning, millionaires. Mr. Terry's in the house. Hey, were you there this weekend? Were you there this weekend, Mr. Terry? Man, we had an incredible Kaizen Academy this weekend. Had a ball out that thing, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. If you have not, turned in your homework yet, give me a replay, gang. As you see around these parts, we celebrating Martin Luther King. We celebrating. I use Martin Luther King to celebrate all our heroes, to be honest with you, because I think there's so many of our heroes that are overlooked. Like me, myself, I'm a Marcus Garvey man. You know what I mean? I'm a Marcus Garvey man. And I don't know how many of you know this, but Malcolm's father and Martin's father were both Garveyites. You know what I'm saying? Both Martin and Malcolm came from Garvey, and I use Martin Luther King Day, since this is the national holiday they gave us. I use Juneteenth, since that's a national holiday that we kind of like gave ourselves. I use both of those to celebrate everybody I can think of through history. I love Frederick Douglass. Look that name up. Steve Biko, Marcus Garvey. Look up the name Madam C.J. Walker. Look up the name Annie Malone. Look up the name Nat Turner. Look up the name Bishop Desmond Tutu. Look up the name Kwame Nkrumah. Look up the name Chancellor Williams. Look up the name Sheikh Anta Diop. Look up the name look up the book Stolen Legacy. Look up the book Destruction of Black Civilization. Look up the idea, y'all, that what you're gonna do is begin to study your history. Because a tree, hey man, listen, you better tell them. A people without history is like a tree without roots. Y'all know the deal? So what we here to kick it about, y'all, is living this dream as an entrepreneur. Because every one of those people I just named was an entrepreneur. You might not realize that. But see, I don't want you to think of entrepreneurs as just business owners. A lot of business owners ain't even entrepreneurs. Yeah, Ivan Van Sertima. Let them know. Let them know. Yeah, let them know. A lot of business owners ain't even entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying to you? That's why so many businesses go out of business so quick. An entrepreneur, write this in your notes, is someone who pursues opportunity without regard to the resources currently controlled. That's an entrepreneur. You hear me? And I don't care what kind of entrepreneurship you do. Owning a business and really running this thing is going to be hard work. If you just now started your business, or if you've been running it a long time, you probably know that staying motivated can be kind of hard. But I want you to compare your struggle to people like Dr. King, right? Like Dr. King had to fear fire hoses. They would pull out these fire hoses that had water pressure so strong, it would rip the skin off your body. They had to fear these German shepherds, these dogs that the police would just sick on the protesters. All they doing is marching and singing. And here they come with German shepherds that are just using their fangs to just rip through your flesh, just rip through your skin. They had to fear the Night Riders. Hollywood was birthed by a movie called Birth of a Nation. Recently they came out with a Nat Turner movie by the same name, right? But what's wild is that Birth of a Nation was a Ku Klux Klan recruitment piece. So there was this whole resurgence of the Klan when it came out with this movie. They had to fear the night riders coming snatching your baby out your house. You know what I'm saying? Burning crosses on your front yard. All you have to fear is a no. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Things are still not the way we wish they were on a socioeconomic level. I get it. But let's be honest. Ain't nobody putting you in boiling oil if you get it wrong. Ain't nobody like whipping you to death if you get it wrong. All you have to fear is a little bit of rejection. Millionaires, these are the kinds of mindset shifts that'll help you stay motivated. I need you to understand that if you're going to succeed on a major level, if you're going to be all that you can be, y'all, then you being motivated is essential. You got to keep hold of your dream. If you find yourself running out of patience and wondering what prompted you to get into entrepreneurship in the first place, you have to re-examine your why. Last night I told them, y'all, I was like, the worker knows what to do. You know what I mean? The manager knows how to do. But the boss, the owner, the one who's taking real equity in what it is they're doing, I don't care if you're taking equity as an owner of a company or if you're taking equity as a heck of a teammate. The thing that separates you from the worker, the thing that separates you from the manager is the fact that you know why. The worker knows what to do. The manager knows how to do. But the boss, the dreamer, the leader knows why. So what I got for you this morning is 7 different steps that are going to help you to understand how to have your dream, how to live your dream as an entrepreneur. If you're ready, then somebody give me a number 1 and a share. Somebody give me live your dream, live my dream and a share. Give me live my dream, live my dream. Martin Luther King ain't coming back, y'all. Martin Luther King ain't coming back. Somebody say live my dream, live my dream. I'm going to give you 7 steps. I'm going to give you 7 ways. I'm going to give you 7 keys to living my dream. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to live my dream. Let's go. Live my dream, Keontis. Live my dream, Shiz. Live my dream, Allie. Yeah, Cynthia. Yeah, Mama Mahasan. Yeah, Jamila. That's right. That's right. I am the dream. Come on, Taisha. Live my dream. And then give me a share. Share this with a Facebook group. Let's go, Donnie. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's get it. Here's the first one. This is a tricky one for entrepreneurs because we want that Bentley. We want that Rolls Royce Wraith. You know what I mean? We want that private jet. But check this out. Number 1, you got to remember money ain't everything. And I mean that on a couple of different levels, man. I remember I once heard KRS-One, this old school hip hop rapper. You know what I mean? He was talking about how if you ever want to end the revolution, all you got to do is finance it and mainstream it. And that's what they did to this music form that used to be so revolutionary. And now all of a sudden, every rapper you hear is talking about busting guns at his own people, mind you, selling drugs to his own people, mind you, and buying all kinds of liabilities from everybody else. You know what I mean? But that ain't how hip hop started. Hip hop started talking about, you know what I mean? Social commentary, issues that we were having, that we knew we would feel each other on. Money isn't everything. Money isn't everything. Yeah, you need money to get your business up and running. But the minute you start believing that you're in it for the money, you've already lost. You've already sort of embraced poverty. You need to have clear goals. You need to have a strong desire to succeed. You need to be focused and determined to create impact, not just income, y'all, but impact. If you're really going to take your business to higher heights, if you're really going to take your movement to larger and more massive forms of impact. Now, the other thing that I want you to realize is that money and success was never meant to be a satisfier. It was never meant to be a satisfier. Man, I heard Bishop Bronner say this, it blew my mind. Because check this out. What success is really doing for you is creating a platform so you could do God's work. That's what success is for. What am I saying? I'm saying your success ain't even yours. You got to give yourself a way out this thing. Your success ain't even yours. Check this out. Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 35. He was the youngest to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm going to win the Nobel Peace Prize one day, right? But check this out. What Martin did that was so powerful was he took that $54,000 that they gave him and he gave it away to the civil rights movement. Why? Because money isn't everything. Here's number 2 I got for you. You're going to be more driven by the challenges than the urge to make money. You hear what I'm saying to you? Here's number 2, y'all. Here's number 2. If you want to live your dream, you got to be okay with imagining good things. You got to be okay with imagining good things. Imagining good things. Like when Martin Luther King in that speech, he was like, hey, I have a dream that even in the state of Mississippi, a state that's sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. Right? He was imagining good things. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they'll be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? One day down in Alabama, where the governor's lips are dripping with racism. Y'all remember this? One day, little black boys and little black girls will be able to hold hands with little white girls and little white as brothers and sisters. What are you doing to imagine the good things? Because a lot of times what our minds do, if left to their own devices, is we imagine the most horrible things that we can come up with. More often than not, what you imagine can transform into reality. You hear what I'm saying to you? You want to avoid the negativity. This man getting spit on, slapped, punched in the face, stabbed with letter openers at book signings. You get what I mean? Where if he'd have coughed, he would have died. What can you do to avoid these types of thoughts as you run in your own dream? What are you doing to work on your mind? Last night, I gave you a hope. If you're watching Millionaire Minded TV, if you're part of the YouTube gang, watch that training I did yesterday. You're going to know it immediately because I got on my Martin Luther King hat. I got on my Black History hat. You know what I mean? What I'm saying to you is that you got to work on your mind or your mind will start to work on you. You got to chase your dreams or your dreams will start to chase you. You hear what I'm saying to you? You have to work on that mindset, that can-do attitude. Think of problems as an opportunity or a challenge, and your subconscious will automatically start to work on solution. But here's the third one I got for you, a little caveat. You can't turn away from reality. You can't turn away from reality, right? There's a difference, y'all, between fantasizing and thinking positive. Somebody give me this and give me a share if you agree. Say expectation management. Expectation management. I'm going to tell you something. Focusing on the positive, when you're fantasizing, that can actually become self-destructive. You don't just want to throw on the rose-colored glasses. The burden of leadership is to look at things as they are. Not better than they are, not worse than they are, but as they are. Do you hear me? You can't keep pretending that everything is all right. If you turn in a blind eye to the things in your business instead of handling them immediately, listen, you slip on one day from going to the gym, it's better you catch it after that one day than after 10 years. You have a rough conversation with a loved one, it's better you fix it the next day than after 10 years. You hear what I'm saying to you? You can't turn a blind eye to problems or those problems end up getting bigger. Be truthful to yourself. I don't necessarily like this word, but the one that's coming to me is be realistic in tough times. Now that's one of them things where you got to work on your balance, right? You want to talk about dreams, it ain't realistic. You could bend a piece of metal and fly people over the ocean. It ain't realistic that you could flip a switch and light up the whole home. It ain't realistic that every weekend the New York Times has more information in it than the average person would get in a lifetime that lived in the 1800s. That ain't realistic, but it's true. So I'm not saying doubt your abilities, millionaires. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying lose hope, millionaires. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that acknowledging reality can only help you find the best solution. All right, check this out. Here's number 4. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here's number 4. Take positive action. Take positive action, right? Just thinking in the right direction ain't going to do it. What I love about Martin Luther King, I don't know if y'all knew this, man, but Martin Luther King was the first social media influencer. Did y'all know that? Martin Luther King was the first social media influencer. Ain't that cold? A lot of people don't know this. But when he walked across that bridge, you know what I mean, and he turned back that first time, it was because he just got a feeling, right? They kind of dramatized this whole incident in that movie called Selma. Somebody should watch Selma today and just remind themselves that we are who we waiting for, that we all we got, but we all we need. I challenge you to watch that thing. But check this out, y'all. Check this out. What he knew was that if he timed this walk across the bridge properly, when Sheriff Bull Connor was waiting with them dogs and waiting with them tear gas canisters and waiting with them police batons that they would just try to bash your brains out. He knew that if he set this thing up and the media was watching, they were going to broadcast these images to the entire world while America is busy trying to make themselves look like the bastion of truth and justice and righteousness throughout the world, while America's trying to prop themselves up like the world's police. He knew that if he could get these images transmitted all over the world, he would be able to create a social presence using the media. He took action. Y'all get what I'm saying to you? Y'all get what I'm saying? Listen to me. Never underestimate the importance of hard work and intentional action if you're trying to create a dream, if you're trying to really live a dream. Other people ain't going to be able to see where it is you headed with this thing. But that leads me to number 5. You got to grab opportunity. You got to grab opportunity. Yeah, that's right, Allie. That's right. Emmett Till's mama did the same thing. She's like, nah, open that coffin. We all going to look at this today. I'm going to ruin everybody's breakfast when these pictures come out. Y'all need to see what we going through. You get what I mean? She grabbed opportunity. You never know which opportunity is going to work in your favor. You know? You never know what God is giving you in the form of a crisis. That's really an opportunity. But here's one thing I know. Somebody say the law of polarity. Somebody say the law of polarity. Man, I was talking to my daughter, man. One of my proudest moments as a father. It's going to sound crazy, but she had caught COVID, right? Marion came dancing through the house, you know, where she lives out in Vegas, right? And she was like, yeah, but Dad, there's got to be something positive about this. That's the law of polarity. If there's a right, there has to be a left. If there's an up, then that's proof that there's a down. And if there's something bad about it, then that is proof that there's something good about it. A lot of times we miss opportunity because it comes dressed up like adversity. What can you do to grab that opportunity with both hands and focus on giving it your best shot? What can you do to grab that opportunity when you're dealing with that customer that's complaining? What can you do to grab that opportunity when you're dealing with an Instagram troll? What can you do to grab that opportunity when you're in a rough conversation with a loved one? Because a good opportunity might be right in front of your eyes and you might not be able to see it. Why? Because you don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind. Why y'all think we call this thing millionaire minded? Ain't nobody playing. A lot of times, man, we forget that a mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open, baby. It only works when it's open. Here's number 6. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Yeah, P.O. That quote goes to Sinai Ali. You spell it like Sinai Lathan, but Sinai Ali. There has to be something good about this. You know what I mean? I need to quote her in my book. Thank you for that idea, P.O. Check it out, y'all. Hold yourself accountable. Now, see, I'm going to tell you. Y'all ever heard this quote? We all self-made, but only the successful admit it. I'm saying hold yourself accountable for your success, but also hold yourself accountable for your failures. Oh, we all crave the independence that entrepreneurship allegedly provides, right? But check this out. Write this in your notes. All freedom comes from discipline. All freedom comes from discipline. Let me tell you something about Martin Luther King. Every single morning, he'd get up and have that cup of coffee. Every single morning, he'd get up and have that cup of orange juice, maybe some toast. He'd read the paper. But before he did all of that, he would meditate for 30 minutes. This is how he had this uncanny ability to see not just what's in front of him, but around the corner. He held himself accountable to his meditation practice. You hear what I'm saying to you? If you're really going to do this in a major way, y'all, you got to understand all freedom comes from discipline. The freedom to be able to see around that corner comes from the discipline of you meditating. The freedom to have a positive mindset comes from the discipline of you using affirmations and visualization like we're about to do here in a couple minutes. The freedom of having a body that you enjoy and that you're proud of has come from the discipline of you moving your body, the discipline of you watching what you put into your body. The freedom to have the money that you need when you retire comes from the discipline of you introducing yourself to your older self. So that way you make more decisions based on him or her instead of this moment right here, like the United States of advertising is trying to keep you caught up in. If you want freedom, then you're going to have to employ discipline. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. You got to hold yourself accountable to being disciplined. You want to make more money? You have to have that discipline to do more presentations. You have to have that discipline to make more offers. You have to have that discipline to get better at your craft. But I'm going to tell you what will almost lock in failure every time, and that's blaming somebody else. Blaming your teammates, blaming your parents, blaming your significant other. Playing the blame game only makes you the victim. Freedom comes from discipline. The blame game is bondage. The blame game means that you are almost guaranteed to be a loser. Freedom comes from discipline. And it's the last one I got you, y'all. This is the last one I got for you. And then we're going to go do our affirmations. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. I'm going to tell you, man, Dr. King was so grateful for Coretta. There was so many times that, you know, he would talk about, if you go to the MLK Center that's down here in Atlanta, you know, there's a whole section dedicated to Coretta because he would talk about how, you know, at the end of the day, there wouldn't have been no civil rights movement if there wasn't no Coretta. What are you doing to count your blessings? He'd talk about how, you know, he would get death threats, but sometimes they would shake him to the core because their voice would sound a little different that time. Like, whoa, that one sounded serious, right? And she'd be like, Martin, the people need you out there. Check this out. It is so easy to take account of the things that are going wrong in your life. But write this down in your notes. You can only have more of something you already have. You can only have more of something you already have. You can only have more of what you already have. So if I was you, I'd count my blessings. I'd count my blessings in times of distress. I'd express gratitude for even the smallest things that happen, the smallest things that I can, with intention, acknowledge, that can bring a smile to my face. Think about that client that you changed their life. Think about how thankful you are for that great meal you had recently, right? The roof over your head, the car you drive. Okay, it ain't a 2023, whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? But it's better than you being on the bus. You hear what I'm saying to you? How poor is the man who only has money? Millionaires, we have so much to be grateful for. I am grateful for Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm grateful for Marcus Garvey. I'm grateful for Frederick Douglass. I'm grateful for Rosa Parks. I'm grateful for Claudette Colvin, who rode that bus, a week or two before Rosa. But she had had a baby out of wedlock. She was a little too dark-skinned for the attitudes of the day. And so they were smart enough to put this other light-skinned lady in position. I mean, this is a crazy story. I don't know if y'all know it, but this is how aware you had to be back there. You had to play chess. It sickens me the types of games we have to play to get a fair shot out here. I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it again, man. We done so much for so long with so little. We now qualified to do anything with nothing. So let's get it. I love y'all. Y'all calling in right now? Y'all calling in right now? Let's get it. Try affirmations today. Martin Luther King was an affirmation machine. You hear what I'm saying to you? Better start looking at how far you done come. You better start celebrating yourself a little something. Because Martin Luther King ain't coming back. That means me and you got to be Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy and grateful